okay, this is a little bit of a whinge, small whinge, and it's basically about a trend I've observed. I've only been a YouTube member for like 1 week, and it's a trend I've observed amongst this kind of little elite of young men and women on YouTube who do these, I think they're called blogs, basically like speeches to camera like this, which tell you about their lives and, you know, the fascinating things that are happening in their lives. And they're typically done by these, like I said, these young men and women, and they're often directors. They've often got one of those little director credits in the on their screen and whatever. And they're so dull. They're so boring. They're so smug. They are so contrived. They are so over-edited. And they just talk absolute bollocks. Just bollocks. And the worrying thing is, these things seem to get so many hits. And I do wonder if it's just a case of the fact that people don't have an alternative. They have to tune into these people's lives because there really isn't an alternative. It's just it's kind of these sort of mediocre media students. All their Christmases come at once. That all these people want to watch their little mediocre films. Oh my God, it drives me cuckoo. And they are all the same. They typically start like this. They've got a forgive me for saying it's usually American guy or girl, and he'll sort of be talking about going to the movies. Yeah, so I'm thinking of going to the movies and seeing that new that that new film by Pedro Almodovar, that great director, it's just, and that should be a... And, my friend, and by the way, that was an unnecessary edit that they throw into their little blogs and their little spiels to make them, God knows why, I mean, just them repeatedly getting out of bed, or them doing something repetitiously like this, or squealing like a pig, or whatever, and then they carry on, Yeah, so I was thinking of, my friend Chad, he could come, but, remember that summer we had, Chad? That was good, yeah, okay. And, so I've got a message, by the way, to, Johnny in Knoxville, blah-de-blah. It was good what you did back there, yeah, great, and, actually, you should have a look at that band, and no one can follow it. You can't follow it, they're so arrogant. They presume you have all these sort of facts in their life would enable you to follow what they're going on about, and then what's worse is they all get together. All the sort of the really popular ones are getting lots of hits. They all get together and produce some really right-on film where they talk about the horrors, the keeping the internet public or something like that. Perfectly noble issue, but pulled off in this really contrived, right-on PC way by these young little glorified directors who, honestly, if they didn't have YouTube, would justifiably have spend a few years attempting a media career and then end up working probably reasonably successfully in an office, But the sad thing is that this media, quite an exciting media, has been monopolised to a great degree by these yawn makers, makers of yawn. And I'm sure there's an audience, and they can have their audience, but, be nice if we could have a little bit of an alternative. Just might be a little bit nice.